Hi guys, Markus here. I put up a recipe in DeveloperWorks for triggering a broadcast message to Google using various Watson services. So Raspberry, the recipe is here, and the idea was to do this without the wake word. So a really very simple request I had. Every time or every day at noon it should play the Big Ben Chimes. Pretty simple stuff, and then from there I added more functionality. So here the way I accomplished this is I just used a Raspberry Pi, put Node-RED on it. You can use your notebook too. It's just this one runs various things including TJ-board, and then grab the MP3 file. You install and add on to Node-RED, which basically then sends the MP3 file to Google Home. Let me show you how that works. So the key thing is I looked into the APIs from Alexa and Google Home, and there was no easy way to basically accomplish this. So here is my Google Home. So the easiest way to do this is basically just use Chromecast to do this. So one thing you have to do is you add on the Chromecast nodes to your Node-RED. You need the IP address of your Google Home. You update the flow, which I gave you in the recipe. So all you have to do is really just plug in the IP address. Then I can have it say hello.
Hello.
Here we go. It's a bit of a delay because I take the text and then use the speech to text, or no, text to speech API from Google in this case, and then have the same voice as the normal Google Home. Later on I changed the voice and use the Watson's text to speech, so I have different scenarios and I know it's not from the original Google functionality, if you will. I can also have it tell the time, obviously. Basically any text you can pump in and do this. And sometimes I get an error connection. You can do the same thing also via Node.js. So here I just tell him the time. It's 5:50.
It is now 4:50.
Here we go, and that's it. That's done. And obviously I can give it like the MP3 file. So I here just found an MP3 file with the chimes from Big Ben, and I just can send this to the Google Home now, and it should. Here we go. So that was our first scenario. Then I went on and added a little bit more stuff. So I used the weather APIs or the weather insight service in Bluemix and Watson text-to-speech APIs to broadcast every hour the weather and so forth. So I just need to take this away, otherwise it broadcasts to all Google Home. So same concept. So every hour it gets weather information. I add the time, and then I pass it to text to speech. I get the file. I basically save a file. I have a little hook here to retrieve the file, and and then I send this to Google Home. So let's just do this. Let's just trigger it. So here's the text that should say. Then you get a chime.
It is now 4:52 p.m. Temperature feels like -3 with light rain and wind gusts of 24 kilometers per hour.
There we go. And let's go back to our scenario. This was a scenario. I did one more scenario, but it's a bit more complicated using if. I'm going to do a separate video for this. So here's some links. The recipe is on DeveloperWorks. Here's more info if you have any information or if you have questions. Send me an email or leave a comment. Okie doke. Thank you guys.